Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May the Lord protect us. May He nourish us. May we acquire the capacity to study and understand the scriptures. May our study be brilliant and may we not cavil at each other. Om, peace, peace, peace unto us all. Dear brothers and sisters, loving Sai Ram to all of you. So we welcome all of you for the satsang of the Sri Sathya Sai Baba Center of Arcadia. This is hybrid. Both we are meeting in person and also we are broadcasting on Zoom. So we are doing the study circle on Gita Vahini, the commentary written by our Lord Sai on the Bhagavad Gita, the dialogue between Lord Krishna and Arjuna. So we are going to start on page 14 in the book, in the hard copy. On the electronic, it is the page 13. So just suddenly I remembered, I thought I want to share that when we chant Om 3 times, the Om has lots of significance. We talked about it. We also talked in the Eternal Companion. Please read the significance of Om, what Lord Krishna said and Swami said and the Upanishads say. But one of the devotees shared that is beautiful. Says when you chant, we talked about it. Om is direct, like a line connection, direct phone connection. It is a one-to-one connection to God. Just you call that directly, call goes to Him. And another person said it beautifully, when you chant Om first time, you are connecting to Swami. Come. And second Om is coming towards you. And third Om is sitting next to you. So I felt that it's very good. So whenever I chant, you can connect like that. You're calling Him, then He's coming, and then He is with you. Anyway, so we are starting on chapter 2 in Bhagavad Gita. A few days ago, one of the devotees from our center was asking, why the whole thing are going on till Krishna Arjuna, Krishna Arjuna. I said, Gita is Krishna Arjuna only. Some people, most of you know, some people don't know the background. Bhagavad Gita, there are many Gitas. I think I told you, there is Ashtavakra Gita, Avadhuta Gita, Vashishta Gita, but there is only one Bhagavad Gita where the Lord has given the instruction to Arjuna. And for people who do not know, this is part of Mahabharata. You know, Veda Vyasa wrote 18 Puranas, Ashtadasha Puranas, 18. 18 is a holy number. And this is the famous quotation Swami always talks about. Ashtadasha Puranesu Vyasaya Vachanadvayam Paropakaraya Punyam Papaya Parapidanam. Summary of all the 18 Puranas is only 2. That's why Swami made it so beautiful and simple. Papaya Parapidanam. Hurting other people is papam. We always think sin is something different. Anything when you hurt others by thought, word and deed, that is sin. And helping others in thought, word and deed, that is punyam. So that is why Swami made it simple. People won't remember all that shloka. Help ever, hurt never. That is the summary of these 18 Puranas. So here the Mahabharata is called Panchama Veda. There are 4 Vedas, you know, Rug, Yajur, Sama, Atharvana Veda. This Mahabharata is given so much importance as Panchama Veda because there is a summary of all the Vedic injunctions are there, the truths are there, and this also how to live in daily life. It's not only philosophical truth, but practical daily living. That is why it is called Panchama Veda. So in Mahabharata, there are 18 chapters, 18 parvas they call that. Of them, the Bhagavad Gita is in the middle. That is called Bhishma Parva. In that is given Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna teaches. And also everything is 18. There are 18 parvas in Mahabharata, 18 chapters in Bhagavad Gita, and also there is 18 Akshayonis in the war. So 18 is divine number, so that is given. So just for people, they were a little bit had a clarity, didn't have clarity. So I wanted, for the sake of, I know majority of you know, for people who do not know, that is important to know. And also, in the beginning itself said, this Bhagavat Narayana Swayam, God himself has taught. Like Upanishads is revelation by the rishis, and the Brahma Sutras is Badarayana Rishi. But here God's own words, like our Swami says, Sathya speaks, or Vahinis, which is God's direct words. So that is why it is so important, Bhagavad Gita. And all the great masters, avatars even explained about Gita. Even Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa and Swami Vivekananda, even Shirdi Baba, if you read, he talks about Bhagavad Gita. Our Swami wrote this comment and gave many discourses on Bhagavad Gita. So that is the importance we should remember. And here, the last 2 weeks, we are talking about Arjuna's despondency. That is called Arjuna Vishada Yoga. That is also called yoga. Vishada means what? Grief, sorrow. How can grief be a yoga? Here, the grief made him connect to God. Yoga means union. Anything which connects you to God is that. So this grief can make you depressed, get into drugs, people can commit suicide, all that. But same grief, if you have a spiritual inclination, may take you towards God. What is the purpose of this life? This is all, like Lord Buddha said, anityam asukam, chenikam dukkam dukkam. This is temporary, he saw suffering. What is the purpose? He went in search and found the truth. Same thing can turn you towards God. Many spiritual seekers came like that, great souls. They went in search of truth. Whereas ordinary people, worldly instincts, we get discouraged, depressed. Whereas these people, hey, what is the ultimate purpose of life? So that same Vishada will take you towards God. So that is why it is called Vishada Yoga. And here, Lord Krishna was telling, because Arjuna, even though such a great hero, as we talked last week, he could destroy the world many times because he has so many powerful weapons like Pashupata Astra and many other Astras. But still, because of his moha, that is his attachment to his kith and kin and friends and cousins and grandparents and teachers, he was confused. He was dharma sammuda cheta. So he was confused and he dropped his bow and arrow and he didn't want to fight. That happens to us. Even sometimes we may be great, but sometimes when problems happen, you get discouraged. But here the Lord is telling you to fight. When Swami, that's why every time we talk about implicitly, completely follow the divine command. In May 17, 1968, Swami said, the best way to reach God is just simply follow my divine command implicitly. That is the only way. So then this war, Mahabharata is war, so many people were killed, thousands were killed, bloodshed was there. But this became a yajna because it is presided by God. Whereas a yajna became a war. Do you know which one was that? Daksha yajna. Daksha did a yajna, which is really, but it became a war because he did it with the ego. So for his own satisfaction, without the presence Nirishwara, without the presence of Lord Shiva. So what you do is not important. It looks like you are doing a ritual. There is yajna, you are doing sacrifice, but there you do it with ego, with a lot of pride and ignoring God. So that becomes a war. That is why he was even decapitated. Whereas the war becomes a yajna when you follow the divine command. So that is what in life also we should remember. More than what you do without doership, having God as the doer. That is the important. And second, here we were talking about dharma and adharma. Always when it comes to adharma, we should stand up. People just get fear. Oh, if I do that, will be a problem to me, my family. A lot of people get scared. So you should really know when something is adharma, you should be bold enough to face it. We told last time, Swami said, if you support adharma, not only the one who does mistake is a part of the sin, even yours. So 5 people get sin. One is the one who commits it, say tapped. One who give cause for that, and third who is giving encouragement, hey, do that bad thing, And 4th, who is giving a plan, scheme, how to do it. 5, even the person who is keeping quiet, watching it, okay, let them do. So if you are watching it also, you'll get part of the sin. So if you really, the adharma is there, you should try to oppose. And here particularly, these people are adharmic, the Kauravas, they did so many bad things, and that was already discussed by Lord Krishna. He says now you cannot back up. Always when there is adharma, either you fight it, or if not, don't be a part of it, like Vidura. He told them this is not good. When he saw they don't listen, he went away. I said, okay, you guys do what you want. I am not part of this. Same thing, Vibhishna in Ramayana. He told his brother, this is not good what you do. If he didn't listen, you go away. Similarly, even in your own brother, family, when they're doing wrong, don't be supportive of it. That is very another important message Swami was telling here. And also this become, he was tamasic, he was depressed. That is a sign of cowardice and fear. That is not a divine quality. So that is why Lord Krishna was trying to encourage him. So here we are now going to start on page 14, where what does Lord Krishna is telling Arjuna? Very important message. So starting with listen to me, remind yourself. That is where it starts on page 14 here, on page 13 in your online version. Anybody is watching on your iPhones or pads, or everybody doesn't have a book, so I think you may have to watch or maybe listen just what Krishna is reading.
Listen to me.
Yeah, listen to him.
Remind yourself of what happened at Amaravati. You disregarded the approaches of the divine damsel Urvasi, and when she wanted a son through your grace, you replied, "Take me as your son." That revealed you as an incomparable hero. The curse that she spelt on you in her discomfiture helped you at the court of the Virata king to pass off as an eunuch, teaching dance to the royal princesses, is it not? Where has that heroism gone? Tell me. How has this pusillanimity come over such a stalwart? You came to me and disturbed me in sleep with your request for help in this battle, from which you are now running away. Am I to help you thus? Have I to watch while you are fleeing? Pluck this delusion by the roots. Reduce this fear into ashes. Become a hero again. Thus exhorted Krishna. Krishna uses 4 words in this context. Kashmalam, ignorance. Anaryajustam, character that is harmful to the divine nature in each. Asvargyam, quality that destroys the divine in man. And Akirtikaram, quality that causes the decline of the wealth that is lasting.
Let's go next page.
These inspiring words that will make the blood of any Kshatriya boil had a tremendous effect on Arjuna. The thick cloud of ignorance which had overwhelmed Arjuna started to melt a little. The tamas, dullness, delusion, which had made him forget the truth, got removed. Rajoguna, passionate, emotion, returned, and Arjuna found words to ask, Katam, how? That term reveals much. It shows that the Gita expounds not merely what has to be done, but even how it has to be done. So, Swami is again, Lord Krishna. The most important thing is that in the scriptures also it is there that as if it is praising, but here really speaking is not praising. He is telling, hey, you are not doing the right thing. So you are ignorant. He's basically scolding. But in that sense, he's also bringing up one thing that, hey, you are not an ordinary person. You came to me for this. So now I have to see you flee from this. And basically telling him that, just praising, but at the same time, it's kind of like making him feel that you have to now get up and fight. For that, he's just telling him to, using those words to make him stir to think through it. So so Lord Krishna is the Jagat Guru. He knows what he is going through in and out. So because of that, he's lucky to have Lord Krishna as his Jagat Guru to teach him in that middle of the battlefield. So again, the major thing that again I look at it is, if we make Swami as our Guru, and all the things that we get in our life also, we will get definitely the answer from him. And at the same time, he will also scold us, and we have to take it and then basically improve on ourselves, and like what Arjuna did. Sairam.
No, he will scold us only if we go off the track. If we go on the track, he will bless us, shower his love and grace. We need to follow what he says, then he will be very pleased. He will call us Bangaru, Goldie. So otherwise he will say Donapotu. So these are the two words he used to use a lot. So here one thing you should say, this Arjuna means pure. There's the word very itself. And Partha means, we said, is the son of Art. We are all Parthas. He says we are all. That is why Swami says, even though it was given to Arjuna just with an excuse, it is for all of us to practice in the daily battle of life, because we're all involved. Battle is nothing but the whole fight is between good and bad forces. So you will see that within ourselves. Sometimes negative thoughts come. So battle in the individual level, in the family will be battle, at the work level there will be battle, society battle, organization. But all this, whenever you see there is negative forces, fight against them. Positive forces, that's all in the individual level, family level, society, organization. That is the thing. And here he's showing Arjuna is not an ordinary guy. Two things he said last week talk. He got Pashupatastra. That means he's a man of penance, austerity. He had that steady pursuit and the practices. So he pleased Lord Shiva. That is why he gave that powerful astra, which can be most destructive for anything. He can conquer the whole war. Second, here he is talking about how he resisted temptation. This lady, most beautiful woman, comes and tempts him. He resisted the temptation. Whereas same thing, great sage Vishwamitra, he was tempted by Menaka, he was downfall. So in spiritual life, temptations come. Three great temptations they tell. Temptation for wealth, temptation for women, temptations for power. That is why Sri Ramakrishna always, if you read the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, from the beginning to end, Kamini Kanchana, Kamini Kanchana, Kamini Kanchana. That means not that woman and gold, it is lust and greed. Because most of the ills in the world, they are because of these two. So here he resisted the temptation. So the warning, that is whereas a great case in Upanishads is Nachiketa in Katha Upanishad. Even though he's a young boy, Yama gave temptation. I will give you all the wealth in the world. I will give you all the power. You could be the greatest king. I will give you all the sense pleasures, and all that. He was not yielded. No, I want to know the truth, self-knowledge. That is the thing. When temptations come, like even Lord Buddha, when he was doing penance, the Mara they call the temptation. Even in Christianity, they call Satan. That comes. These negative things come for us when we are in spiritual path. That is why we should be ever careful. Swami says ABC, always careful. It is Churashyadara, walking on a razor's edge. Always be alert whether I am going in Godward path or not. So here he is telling, hey guy, you resisted the temptation, you got the Pashupata Astra, and you even have support from me. What is this? Everything you have now, last minute you are walking off. That is unbecoming of you. That is why it's 4 strong words. He says, the Kasmalam, Anarujishtam, Aswargyam, Akirtikaram. These 4 are just to put a strong words. When the words make all the difference in life. You put a very encouraging words to people. You are great. You will do good. like even Hanuman, such a great person, he forgot his strength. Then people had to come, oh, you are so great, you are this, and then he jumped over. Whereas same thing, your negative words, you go on telling you are useless, you are not good, you are bad, then even good, strong people will get depressed and discouraged. What is the example there? In Mahabharata, Karna. Karna, there is a famous thing Swami used to call Shalya Sarathya. Shalya is a guy who was his charioteer. He goes on telling him, oh, you are going to die. That guy, you have cursed by Parshurama. You are cursed by this guy. Your son will. So this poor guy, Karna, so great. When go on, somebody going on telling negative about things, then you get discouraged and depressed and just you yield to cowardice. So you yield to weakness. So that is why it is important. The words have so much power. That is why Swami says, if you want to speak, encouraging good words. Otherwise, keep quiet. So that is what Shalya Saratyam versus Krishna Saratyam. This is the beautiful. Shalya Saratyam is discouraging everybody. There are people in life, whenever you go to, they're so pessimistic. No good, that people will do, this won't happen, this will, if anything they think, they will look at the negative side. Whereas Krishna Saratyam look positive, optimistic. Hey, this will happen, we can do it. That is why here, Krishna Saratyam, Krishna being charioteer, he just gives in the right direction. That is the important part. And another thing here is talking about beautifully, very important for all of us. The lowest is tamoguna, that is inertia. That is why it is compared to black color. So tamas, always want to sleep, slothfulness, inertia, not to do anything, laziness. Then comes rajoguna, that is activity, passion, to do something, ambition. So at least it's better than tamoguna. This guy is tamoguna, giving up, so he made him rajoguna, want to do something. Then comes sattoguna, where serene, calm, tranquil, peaceful. From rajoguna, because right now he is as a warrior, he needs rajoguna to fight the war. If you're sattva-guna, you want to contemplate, that won't work. Then you take it as contemplative, like sattva-guna. So tamoguna to rajoguna, we all have to go through rajoguna to sattva-guna, and finally we should go gunatita, beyond all the three gunas. That is the ultimata. Gunatita, that is why in chapter 14 he talks about the qualities of a gunatita, how he behaves. So first we are, every one of us have these three things. Everyone, nobody even saying. Tamoguna means right now when we are sleeping in the night or any time, daytime, there is tamoguna. That is the time you are not active. Rajoguna when you are at work, being busy. Satvik when you are contemplative and thinking about that, then sattva-guna. So slowly you need to increase the time you spend into sattvic than getting into tamasic and rajasic. So here that is why he says you are in tamoguna, now get into rajoguna and then sattva-guna, and finally beyond all the three gunas. Anybody has any comments and questions, discussion?
Okay, Sairam. So Lord Krishna is also implying here he won't interfere in universal law of karma.
Yeah, so there is law of karma is the very fact. It is there in all the scriptures. As you sow, you reap, right? Even Jesus said, as you sow, you reap. We all have. Swami says, if you put a simple example, he gives neem seed, that is the put, you can't expect a mango tree. You put a thorn seed, you'll get thorn tree. So whatever you sow, you'll reap. That is what Jesus said. And this law of karma there in all religions. Buddhism, there is a talk of law of karma. Jainism, Sikhism, everything there. This is law of karma. But you can transcend this law of karma. So, because whatever you should do, we have to pay for it. But even in physics law, Newton's, for every action, there is equal and opposite reaction. Even if you hit something here, it hits you back the same pain. So, how to avoid? So, whatever karma we did, we have to pay for it. There's no, but for spiritually, there is way, there is the beautiful. So, we have, and if you have a bad karma, bad deed, you have to pay for it. There is pain, you go through pain. But pain, everybody, pain is inevitable for everybody, even saying. But suffering is optional. That is why Swami says, he didn't say my devotees won't have pain. He says my devotees won't suffer. That means you go through pain, but you won't have suffering because your attitude changes. See, this is a gift of God. You go through that, like going into a thorny field. You're walking, but you have shoes. You won't feel the thorns. Similarly, when you have divine grace, you go through this, but you won't feel that pain. You won't have suffering. You will go through the pain because like anybody else. That is what it is when law of karma is inexorable. But if God wants, it is there in the discourse, I think it is 2002, and it is there in the scriptures. Even actually it came as a thought for the day before yesterday. Look at in Telegram. Please subscribe to Telegram, WhatsApp. It is there every day. We give a beautiful quote. So actually, I should read that quote. That is where it says, even mountain full of karma, I can burn it in a trice. It is give a cotton mountain. You put a matchstick, the whole thing will become ashes, right? Similarly, if divine grace is there, he can destroy all the karma. But he won't. He created the law of karma. He won't do that. Like it is presidential pardon. Something comes, the people have to do. But president can give the presidential pardon, right? If they want to excuse him, release him from the jail or capital punishment. Similarly, God, in his infinite grace, he can transcend the law of karma. Only God can do that. And another way we finish our karma is two things. Holy Mother said, whenever you get sickness, whether it is a cancer or a heart disease, stroke, every time you get a sickness, your karma is burnt off. So when you get sickness, we don't need to complain, say my karma is being burnt. And another thing is, whenever people unnecessarily blame you, you didn't do that, they go on criticizing you, this guy is like that, this lady is like that. You are not at fault. You should thank them, Swami said. Clearly thank them, because your bad karma will go to them and their good karma will come to you. So be happy, thank them, oh thank you, you made my spiritual balance go up. So these are the three ways that law of the karma can just get rid of. One is by the grace of God, second go through sickness, and third is when you are unnecessarily blamed. But the ultimate solution is having wisdom, jnana. Jnana agdi dagda karmanam. Jnana is like a fire, it burns off all your karmas. The minute you know what is jnanam, is like the Advaita Darshanam jnanam. Once you know you are not this body, mind, intellect, you are that, there is no more karma. You are not bound like people like Ramana Maharshi, Nisargadatta Maharaj. They are not bound by karma, because the very minute you are enlightened, the karma doesn't bind you. Yeah, you want to read that quote?
November 8th, the quote came. There is one way of getting over the results of karma. If you earn the grace of the divine, even mountains of sin can be reduced to dust. Only the divine has the power to confer such grace. A spark of fire can burn down a mountain of cotton. How can the spark ignite the mountain of human predicament? Only through love. Develop love. Serve all with love, ever remembering the Lord's name. Without the name of the Lord on your lips, the mind will be running hither and thither. The mind is the birthplace of unsteadiness. Hence, engage yourselves in action, concentrating your thoughts on God. Sri Sathya Sai Baba, November 23rd, 1987.
1987. So that's what all the secret, how to get the grace to burn, go on repeating God's name, whatever name you like, and fill your heart with love.